Hey everyone, Brianne here with my ABA Mentor, and in honor of Memorial Day today, I want to talk about my experience in navigating my career and my life essentially as a military spouse. And so if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll notice that I have a very wide variety of experience all over the country, and that is because during that period of my life I was married to someone in the military. So make sure and like and subscribe so you get the latest updates, and I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of my experience through that. So I essentially had lived in several different states, and that brought me from Hawaii, where I started my schooling, well, sort of started my schooling there, and then ended up transferring to North Carolina, and from North Carolina to California for a very short period of time, and then from California to Colorado. And all of that within a span of maybe 5 years. And so that was a very challenging time in navigating my career and my school. So when I was in California, I started in North Carolina, that's why I went to NC State. So when I was looking at, what I wanted to do, where I wanted to continue my education, I ended up choosing North Carolina State because that's where we were going to be moving. And then, the way that it works is you never really know where you're going or when. And so I finished my master's, and then I ended up doing my field work while I was in California. And it is challenging when you are in a position where you don't know where you're going to live, and you don't know when you're going to be required to move. It becomes a serious challenge as to navigating where you're going to go to school, if you're going to pursue being a BCBA in multiple different areas. Just maintaining going to school for an extended period of time is difficult in itself, let alone moving all over the place. But being able to navigate, where you're going to continue your education, how you're going to get your fieldwork hours, where you're going to be working after that point. When I was in California, I was only there for a little bit. Well, he was stationed there for a year in language school, and so that's when I had my window of opportunity to get my field work done. And it ended up such that he had finished and I didn't finish. So I was still doing my hours, and because of that, I was not able to leave because I didn't want to waste time and money not getting hours by relocating and getting established somewhere else and finding a place to work and all of that. And so that's why I made the decision to stay in California when he moved to Colorado. And so he was in Colorado for an entire year before, almost a year before I was able to come out. And at that time, I had a newborn baby, and so obviously I needed to stay with the baby. So it was a good period of time that we were not in the same place, and the reason for that was basically because I needed to finish what I needed to do, and making those decisions are really challenging, and maintaining that forward trajectory of your career through all of those things are really difficult. And I just want to talk about the challenges with that, and the decisions that you make, and making sure that you have a goal, and that you're constantly working towards that goal. And if you are out there and you are a military spouse and you understand how this works, then staying positive is really important, and staying goal oriented is really important. I went through several deployments. I went through several TDYs. It was quite the experience. And now, after the fact, no longer being a military spouse brings its own set of challenges when you have a child that is connected to that military member. And, on the other side of the house, what that experience has really done for me is I feel a lot of understanding towards the families that we get who are also in the military. And, I can not imagine the process that they go through when looking for consistent ABA services. And really, you go to a new place, you are looking for services for your child, and you may be on a wait list, and who knows how long that wait list is. And I've even seen where that wait list is the entire duration that they are in that place, and then they actually never make it through the wait list to actually get services, and then they move on to the next place, and same thing over again. So it is a real challenge, and it's something that as BCBAs that we need to understand, and it puts people in a different kind of frame of reference, because time is limited and their time is even more limited. And so I have seen even situations where an RBT shows up and the moving vans are there, and nobody knew that they were PCSing, because they have been waiting so long for services that it was more valuable to them to continue their services, even though they had services for a very short period of time, than to come out and say, oh, hey, by the way, we are moving in 4 weeks, and then the provider deciding, well, we're not going to send somebody there for 4 weeks because we're not going to make any progress, right? But that didn't happen because they had been waiting for so long, and they were like, well, anything is better than nothing. And so, going in as a BCBA and really getting to understand this mindset and the situation, that the unique situation that these families are in, are really important. I know that there's lots of providers and lots of companies out there who are really based around military bases, and accept TRICARE, and are working really intently with this specific population. And so if you are navigating your career through this process, keep your head up. It's going to be okay. You have to make strategic decisions in order to maintain your career. And if you're working with these families, go in with a level of understanding of that they are in a different situation. And, you need to have some compassion towards that and understanding towards that. And that will help you a lot with really, building good rapport with the families. So if you're looking for mentorship, as always, there are links at the bottom of this video. I'd love to chat with you, and we'll see you on the next video, and happy Memorial Day.